optimism
Yes.
among minorities.
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
It's kind of odd to me, really. The only way that I can explain it is two things. I think that, first of all, I think optimism or pessimism is based on where you get the news. And if you're constantly fed a diet of the country's not recovering, I think it breeds fear and separatism. I don't think that people of color are being bombarded with those kinds of messages. Secondly, I think we're tough bootstrap people. We've seen tough times before, and we're more optimistic that we'll come out of it again. And I think all of that lends to how we see the world. And then we tend to be people of faith. And as people of faith, the way that we are taught faith is to believe hope against hope. And I think that serves us well when we're backed in a corner.
After Baltimore, you've called on the church to do more in the criminal justice fight. Why?
You know, I think it's important that we do it. And when I say the church, not just a black church, I've called together both black and white leaders, brown leaders of faith, along with Bishop Harry Jackson and James Robinson. It's called the Reconciled Church. People can look it up on the website. There are 7 bridges of hope that we need all of the church to buy into. I think as long as as the problem is franchised over to the black leadership or black churches, then it's going to be a black problem.
Now, you had this unique coming together to form this group in Dallas, and I remember, and you probably the only one in America that could bring the far right evangelicals all the way to black clergy, Latino, and you brought everyone together. It was really a historic gathering, but you wouldn't play it up in the media. You downplayed it. What happened at the gathering?
I wasn't interested in media points. I really wanted to help explain one side to the other. I thought I could be a bridge builder, and because of time constraints too, I really couldn't get out on the trail and talk to the press. I wanted to talk to the church behind closed doors and say, there's some things here that you're not getting that you need to get, and we need to talk to each other rather than read about each other or watch each other on TV. Let's walk across the street and get to know each other. The truth of the matter is the church has its own dirty laundry as it relates to the 11 o'clock hour. It's still far more segregated than it ought to be. That segregation behind closed doors in the church leads to segregated points of focus in our ministries and message, and our ideology about faith is separate at a time that we're being politically correct. Our streets are on fire. And I think that the burning of the streets that we see in Baltimore, that we have seen in St. Louis and all around the country, really, are a result of the silence of the leadership, in part in the church. And that we need to break that silence and communicate with each other and lead a national discussion that goes far beyond the church into every outlet: criminal justice, economic empowerment, education, all of the areas where our communities are hemorrhaging.
Tell me about the events that's going on in August, MegaFest. How did it start and what's going to happen this year?
Well, one of the things I'm doing, MegaFest started with Women Are Loose in Manpower, a women's